places where you may find your soulmate, inspired by the wisdom of Carl Jung. The various places, environments, energy situations where your soulmates may connect with you. Inspirations of Carl Jung. Dear beautiful soul, from the bottom of my heart, wish that you learn the various places, environments, platforms, venues from where your soulmate can connect with you. Do not miss your soulmate connection. Just because you underestimated or did not understand that it's from that place, an area where he exists. True soulmate connection can happen even in the most unexpected places. Soulmate connection. Energies are so strong that they are not limited by geographical locations or digital media platforms, so always be sensitive to your soulmate energies wherever you are. Can happen unexpectedly. There is something mysterious about the way souls recognize each other. Sometimes it happens in a crowded room, sometimes in silence, sometimes after years of searching, and sometimes when you stop searching completely. Carl Jung believed that meaningful encounters are never entirely accidental. He spoke about synchronicity, those strange moments when life, it seems to arrange events with invisible intelligence. Two people from different worlds suddenly meet at the exact moment. Both are ready to change. According to Jung, relationships are not just romantic experiences. They are mirrors. They awaken hidden parts of ourselves. A soulmate is not simply someone attractive or compatible. A soulmate is someone who touches your inner world so deeply that your life begins transforming from the inside out. But where do such connections happen? Most people imagine soulmates are found only in romantic settings, fancy restaurants, dating apps, or parties. Yet life is far more poetic than that. Your soulmate may appear in places where your true self is most alive. Not where you are pretending, not where you are performing, but where your soul breathes naturally. Let us explore the environments where deep soul connections often begin. And as we travel through these places together, imagine each scene vividly, because sometimes your future love story is already waiting in one of them. 1. In places of personal growth. Carl Jung once suggested that the privilege of a lifetime is becoming who you truly are. That journey of becoming naturally attracts people aligned with your deeper self. Imagine a quiet bookstore on a rainy afternoon. You are standing in the psychology section, flipping through a book that somehow feels written exactly for your current season of life. Across the aisle, someone else reaches for the same author. Your eyes meet briefly. No dramatic music, no fireworks, just recognition. Soulmates often meet when both individuals are growing emotionally, spiritually, or intellectually. Because growth changes your energy. You stop chasing shallow validation. You become more authentic. And authenticity acts like a magnet. These places can include libraries, workshops, therapy groups, meditation, retreats, language classes, art schools, spiritual places like churches or seminars, self-development communities, at various ceremonies like baptism, other people's weddings, burial places, and more. When people gather in places of growth, masks slowly fall away. Conversations become more real. Someone may begin by asking, "What made you come here?" And somehow, 2 hours later, you are discussing childhood dreams, fears, purpose, and life itself. Jung believed that what we seek externally often reflects what is awakening internally. So when you step into environments that nourish your soul, you increase the possibility of meeting someone whose soul is evolving in a similar direction. Not because fate magically delivers them, but because your inner transformation changes where you stand in life. 2. In moments of solitude. This may sound strange, but many soulmate connections begin after periods of loneliness. Jung deeply valued solitude. He believed silence helps us hear the unconscious mind, the hidden part of ourselves that constantly guides our lives. Imagine someone sitting alone in a small cafe near the window. No distractions, no loud group, just quiet reflection. And then another person enters carrying the same calm energy. The connection begins not from desperation, but from wholeness. There is a difference between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness says, "Please save me." Solitude says, "I finally know myself." Soulmates are rarely found when we abandon ourselves trying to be loved. They appear more naturally when we reconnect with our own identity. This is why many people meet life-changing partners after heartbreak, healing, travel alone, or periods of deep self-discovery. You become emotionally available in a different way. Your energy softens. You stop forcing. And suddenly life introduces someone unexpected. Sometimes the universe waits for silence before sending clarity. 3. In creative environments. Jung believed creativity connects us to the deepest layers of the psyche. Art reveals truth without needing explanation. That is why creative spaces often become powerful meeting grounds for soul connections. Imagine entering an art gallery. Paintings line the walls. Music hums softly in the background. People move slowly, absorbing emotion through color and form. Then someone beside you pauses at the exact same painting, not because it is famous, but because it speaks to both of you emotionally. Creative environments allow people to reveal their inner worlds naturally. These places may include music festivals, writing clubs, photography walks, dance studios, film communities, poetry readings, theater groups, painting workshops. In these spaces, people are less guarded. Someone talks about a song that changed their life. Another shares a poem they wrote during a painful season. And suddenly the conversation becomes honest. Jung believed the soul communicates symbolically. Art, music, stories, and imagination become bridges between two inner worlds. Sometimes your soulmate is not the loudest person in the room. Sometimes they are simply the person who understands the meaning behind your silence. 4. During times of major life change, soulmate encounters often happen during transitions. A new city, a new career, a breakup, a spiritual awakening, a personal crisis, mourning for the loss of a close family or friend. Jung believed transformation is necessary for psychological rebirth, and during periods of change, our lives become more open to synchronicity. Imagine moving to a completely different city. Everything feels unfamiliar. Streets, faces, routine. One evening you decide to explore a nearby park. You almost stay home, but something pushes you to go. There, unexpectedly, you meet someone who later changes your life forever. Many soulmate stories begin with, "I almost didn't go." That sentence alone feels deeply Jung, because synchronicity often hides behind seemingly ordinary decisions. Life transitions dissolve old patterns. They make room for new connections. When your identity shifts, your relationships shift too. You stop resonating with people connected only to your old version, and you become visible to those aligned with who you are becoming. 5. In nature. Nature has a strange way of making people emotionally honest, perhaps because forests, oceans, mountains, and open skies remind us how small yet connected we truly are. Jung spent much of his life observing symbols within nature and the unconscious mind. He believed modern people often lose touch with their instincts. Nature restores that connection. Imagine hiking through a mountain trail at sunrise. The air feels clean. Birds echo through the trees. You stop near a viewpoint, completely present for the first time in weeks. Nearby, another person is standing quietly, admiring the exact same horizon. No filters, no performance, just human presence. Nature removes distractions that usually dominate modern relationships. There are no social masks beside a campfire, no status games while watching ocean waves. People become more real outdoors. Soulmate connections may begin in parks, beaches, mountain retreats, camping trips, botanical gardens, nature volunteering, programs, travel adventures. Nature also slows time, and meaningful relationships often require slowness. Not rushed attraction, not instant gratification, but genuine presence. Jung believed healing occurs when humans reconnect with forgotten parts of themselves. Nature often awakens those forgotten parts. 6. Through shared pain. Not every soulmate enters your life through joy. Some arrive during your darkest moments. Jung understood suffering deeply. He believed pain, when consciously faced, can transform the soul. Imagine sitting in a hospital waiting room, or attending a grief support group, or rebuilding life after a devastating loss. In those moments, superficial conversations disappear. People stop pretending. Two strangers may speak honestly for the first time in years. Because pain stripped away all performance, there is something powerful about being understood during suffering. Soul connections formed through compassion often carry extraordinary depth, because both people meet beyond ego, beyond image, beyond social identity. They meet as human beings. Many lifelong relationships begin when two wounded people help each other heal, not by rescuing one another, but by witnessing each other truthfully. Jung once suggested that wounds can become sources of consciousness. Sometimes your deepest heartbreak creates the emotional space where real love finally enters. 7. In places connected to purpose. People become magnetic when they are connected to meaning. Jung believed humans are not fulfilled by pleasure alone. We need purpose. Imagine volunteering at an animal shelter, or helping at a community project, or participating in humanitarian work. In these environments, people reveal their values through action rather than words. Someone stays late to help. Someone comforts a stranger. Someone quietly gives without needing attention. That is attractive on a soul level. Purpose-driven environments create powerful emotional alignment because both people care about something larger than themselves. These places may include charity organizations, volunteer communities, environmental projects, religious missions, community outreach programs, educational initiatives. Love deepens differently when it grows beside shared purpose. Because the relationship becomes more than romance, it becomes partnership, two souls moving in the same direction. 8. Through travel and the unknown. Travel changes consciousness. Jung believed encounters with the unknown help expand the psyche. When we leave familiar environments, hidden aspects of ourselves emerge. Imagine getting lost in a foreign city. You enter a small cafe simply to escape the rain. A conversation begins with directions, and somehow continues for hours. Travel creates openness because routines disappear. People become more spontaneous, more curious, more emotionally available. Soulmate encounters during travel often feel magical because both people temporarily step outside their normal identities. There is freedom in anonymity, freedom to be honest, freedom to connect without social expectations. These connections may happen on trains, airports, hostels, cultural festivals, language exchanges, or random streets in unfamiliar places. And even if the relationship does not last forever, some people enter our lives briefly yet transform us permanently. Jung believed certain encounters carry psychological significance beyond logic. Some people appear exactly when the soul needs awakening. 9. Through spiritual connections. For Jung, spirituality was deeply connected to inner wholeness, not necessarily religion alone, but connection to something sacred. Many soulmate relationships begin in environments where people seek meaning beyond material success. Imagine a candlelit meditation hall. Everyone sits quietly, no one trying to impress anyone, just human beings searching for peace. Afterward, conversations unfold gently, not about status, not about appearance, but about life, healing, dreams, and existence. Spiritual environments often encourage vulnerability and emotional honesty. These may include meditation retreats, churches, temples, yoga communities, spiritual workshops, mindfulness gatherings. When two people connect spiritually, the relationship often feels strangely familiar, as though the connection existed before words. Jung explored the idea that human beings share collective, unconscious patterns, ancient emotional memories, and symbols that unite us beneath surface differences. Perhaps that is why some people feel instantly recognizable, as though your soul whispers, "I know this energy." 10. In everyday, ordinary life, perhaps the most beautiful truth is this: your soulmate may appear during the most ordinary moment imaginable. At a grocery store, on public transport, at a coffee shop, walking a dog, waiting in line. Life does not always announce important moments dramatically. Jung believed synchronicity hides within ordinary reality. The extraordinary often enters quietly. Imagine reaching for fruit at a market, while someone nearby accidentally drops a paper bag. You help them pick up scattered oranges. A conversation begins. Simple, human, real. Many people overlook these moments because they expect love to arrive like a movie scene. But soul connections often begin softly, with presence, with attention, with openness. Your soulmate may not appear wearing perfection. They may appear tired after work, distracted, human. The question is not only, where will I find them? The deeper question is, will I be emotionally awake enough to recognize them? 11. When you stop chasing love. This is perhaps Jung's deepest lesson. The soulmate journey is ultimately not about searching for another person. It is about becoming conscious. Many people spend years desperately trying to find the one, while abandoning themselves in the process. But Jung believed wholeness comes first. When you build a meaningful relationship with yourself, your energy changes naturally. You no longer seek someone to complete you. You seek someone to share life with. And paradoxically, that is often when love arrives. Imagine someone who has finally learned to enjoy their own company. They read peacefully, travel freely, pursue meaningful goals, heal old wounds. Then one unexpected day, someone enters their life naturally. No obsession, no emotional chaos, which is alignment. Healthy soulmate relationships rarely begin from emotional starvation. They begin from emotional maturity. Two whole people meeting honestly, not perfectly, but consciously. 12. The real secret about soulmates. Carl Jung would probably remind us that soulmates are not magical fantasy characters sent to rescue us from life. They are catalysts for growth. Some soulmate relationships last forever. Others last only a season, but every true soul connection changes who you are. Some teach you love. Some teach you healing. Some teach you boundaries. Some awaken courage you never knew existed. The soul recognizes what helps it evolve. And perhaps that is why certain encounters feel destined, not because the universe guarantees eternal romance, but because the meeting itself carries psychological and spiritual meaning. A soulmate may challenge you, inspire you, when transform you. They may enter quietly, or arrive like a storm, but their presence awakens something sleeping inside you. Final message. So, where will you find your soulmate? Maybe in a library filled with quiet dreams. Maybe during heartbreak. Maybe while traveling alone. Maybe in nature. Maybe through purpose. Maybe while healing. Or maybe tomorrow, during the most ordinary moment of your life. But remember this: the deeper you connect with your authentic self, the closer you move toward authentic love. Jung believed that until we become conscious of ourselves, unconscious patterns will guide our lives. So perhaps the real journey is not chasing another soul. Perhaps it is awakening your own. And once that happens, life has mysterious ways of bringing the right people into your path. Sometimes exactly when you least expect it. And when that moment comes, it may not feel loud. It may simply feel familiar, like your soul quietly saying, "There you are." From the bottom of my heart, I wish the energies direct you to the places and the location where to find and connect with your soulmate, because you deserve the deepest, best, meaningful love and relationships.